I wonder if after I read every single one of these SCPs, which will take me years, of course, but once I reach the end, oh, you know, not even like the end, but once I reach like good halfway through, if I can do an SCP D&D campaign, would be interesting. Would be interesting to do. Might be an idea. But you know what else is a good idea? Securing that subscribe button, containing that like button, and protecting the comment section. That's what I wanted to say, because guys, we are going into one best way. That what I just said is the best way. What I just said is the best way. Here we go. No. Short. Well, it's short. Hey, our first keto. We had a bunch of Euclids and Saves before, but now it's our first keto. Okay, we have a site director as well, Dr. Hydro Summers, research head Dr. John Billings, assigned MTF, Move 5, Secret Shoppers. And we have a different style to. I wonder why some of the SCPs looks like this and some of them don't. Is that like a thing you can choose? Is that a specific thing you want to do for your SCPs? Like why? What made you choose this? Whoever wrote this one. Special Containment Procedure SCP-1534 is currently only partially contained. Partially contained, you say? Gerpig.aic has been tasked with expunging all references to incident 1534.inc.1 that have or may appear on social media. All extant media reports have been discredited as a fringe conspiracy theory where they have not been debunked as outright falsehoods. Chemical plants, so on and so on. Additionally, arrest warrants for POY 1534-1 Jeremy Wilcox has been filed with Interpol. My glasses are dirty as hell. The RNCMP and the USMS. So let's see what is the RNCMP? The Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Oh, of course. Yeah. Of course. And this is the United States Marshal Service. Okay. And the International Crime Court. Okay. Any information on this current whereabouts is to be reported to MTF Move 5 Secret Shoppers. All survivors are known witnesses of incident that have been amnesticized and released under cover story Omicron 23 Delta active shooter event. Description: SCP-1534 refers to an organization that operated primarily out of local supercenter 2351, a branch store belonging to Inc. in Catskill, New York. So this thing, that's the supercenter. Okay. This cult, dubbed SFSism by its practitioners, was disguised as a department within the store and reported directly to store manager Jeremy Wilcox, now designated POY-1. Person of interest. Gotcha. The initial aim of the SFSists was to SFSists or was to utilize thaumaturgic practices in order to boost economic growth in the region, but this goal was eventually co-opted by POY-1 in order to ensure his sole economic benefit. Membership was limited to select current and former employee of Supercenter 2351 and its sister store Supercenter 2402 in Hudson, New York. At the time of incident 1534.inc.1, there were rumors that POY-1 planned to extend this influence to Supercenter 1840 in Lake Katrine, but these rumors remain unsubstantiated. The cult itself was disguised as an independent department within both stores, both of which engaged in various thaumaturgic rituals designed to increase sales and profitability within stores 23451 and 2402. The extent to which these rituals influenced the market increase in sales within these two stores is unclear, but it's obvious that the effect was tremendous. Okay. I completely forgot there's the rituals happening because I was a bit like, wait, is this just a cult in a store? Because that would not be very SCP-like, but yeah, okay, now makes sense. Attached addenda. Discovery. SCP-1534 was discovered in October 8, 2017 after the reopening of the e-commerce departments in Supercenter 2351 and Supercenter 2402. Within the week, profits have been at both locations increased by over 200%, while the combined totals decreased to $15. Shrinking in this case is defined as the amount of profit or product loss due to theft, damage, and miscounting. So, like, you want to tell me only $15 of has been lost due to theft, damage, or miscounting within the week. But this was discovered on the reopening of the. Okay. Within a week, they made like a profit of 200. Okay. Normally, the upstick of financial affairs in Supercenter 2351 and 2402 will not warrant Foundation investigation. However, the sudden and drastic increase in profit coincided with a spike in missing persons within the local region. Garbage.IC deemed this sufficient cause to assign a field agent to investigate. An agent, Keith Murphy, was dispatched to Supercenter 2351 under the guise of a new employee transfer. Per undercover protocol Alpha 6, Agent Murphy remained in contact with the Foundation through coded messages posted through his social media accounts. On 23rd December 2017, Garbage.IAC notified Field Agent Command that Agent Murphy had failed to meet the designated check-in and additional assets were deployed to his residence. Okay, additional research. What's going to happen? The following are records of the message posted to various social media sites by Agent Murphy during this. Is that something I have to like open? Oh no. It's not a long one. Ah, man. It's gonna be 2 in the morning by the time I'm done. It's gonna be 2 in the fucking morning. Each post was accompanied by an image which contained a message encrypted in the image XF data, which has been deciphered and reproduced here by Garbage.IC. So post from the 10th, 17th, 17th. Oh boy, it's gonna take me forever. This is Agent Steve Murphy, FAID 225519. My wife's shop's here. It's been weird. I successfully managed to integrate myself into SFICM by agreeing to begin following the tenets and teachings of the deity Charles. So here it says, a footnote: Shoulderham for ship from tourism, the official name for the cultist religion. Potentially Charles Law, President and CEO, U.S. e-commerce. He was promoted to the position in 2016 and is credited with expanding and building the e-commerce department into what is today. However, it is unclear whether or not he is in any way involved in the creation of the cults in Supercenter 2351 and 2402. Even signed a fancy contract and put my name in a place they call the graveyard, alongside everyone else who works or has worked there. They appear to hold a great deal of reference for Charles and pray to him pretty consistently throughout the day. There are photos of him everywhere. The cleaner and the packer aren't particularly fond of Will Cox. The SFSCists refer to the department's heads by function rather than name. Their employees' records have been edited to reflect this, and the true names cannot be ascertained. The packer explains it. There isn't much they can do. He says jump and they jump. He says land, they land. It's almost normal, honestly. Post image with hidden message. Cool shirt. Handsome man as well. It's almost normal, honestly. The packer showed me one of the rituals the other day while packing. How many footnotes do we have here? Packing refers to the process of scanning items in an order, placing them in a Supercenter brand box, sealing it, and then placing it on a pallet. The pallet, once full, is then placed on a trunk. A device called a scanner. He was using He was using froze up and stopped working. He put the scanner on his packing station and started peeling the skin off his finger like a goddamn banana. Eeh! I almost threw up then and there, but I managed to keep it down. The man drew some sigils on the scanner and said something. Couldn't hear what. I asked him about it, but all he said was, "Charles provides." And all of the blood splatter crawled across the packing station, across the floor, up his leg and back into his hand. The guy just went back to work like nothing happened. It was like that for the rest of the day. Scanners freezing, fingers peeling, then just unpeeling. Prayer to Charles. No one outside the department thought anything of it. Even the civilians that were new to the job that I was. I guess they all just accustomed to the circumstances. After all the pallets were on the truck, the SFSists that hadn't gone home early gathered around the middle of the 3 packing stations, dropped to their knees. The cleaner showed me how to hold my hands together. I'll have to send a photograph. Maybe there's some other meaning you can decipher from it. The prayer went something like this. Praise the corporation, blessed by the one true packer, the firstborn picker, the starfish and the lords that watch over us from the assistant manager's office. May Charles keep our pickers fast, our packers are stalwart, and the heretics out of the department. Charles provides. We said the prayer a few times, all before clocking out. Haven't seen much of Wilcox today, apart from in the morning. I'll keep investigating. Tell Gail hi from me. You know how she gets, and I appreciate not coming home to an angry wife, wouldn't you? There were no additional reports posted for several days, while Agent Murphy continued to post innocuous and unrelated messages as part of his cover. According to this innocuous unofficial reports, Murphy was acclimating well to his new job and had made several friends. The following was posted on the 24th of October and was captioned with the Gil putting on a show? Oh, Gil putting it on a show. Wilcox came to the SFSist area in the back room today, along with some other members of the upper management. Apparently, he was given a tour and said our department was the crown jewel of the store. The cleaner and the packer talked to him for a while after the other managers left, but I couldn't hear what they said. All I know is that our orders damn near tripled for today, and I had to haul ass to keep up. We prayed to Charles on our lunch break again. The packer told me that he was going to show me the flawless technique, said it to rely purely on faith. Being on one with Charles, he put on his lampshade and just told me to watch. What is this? Like, what is happening here? It looks like this part looks like it's photoshopped in. No, it's not. Okay. It was like watching 100 people move together in almost perfect sync. The speed, the position. I've seen temporal anomalies before, but it was strange even by those standards. His arms were blurs. He could have packed a couple of 100 boxes in a few seconds, by my estimate. Guess that explains how they're able to finish the job by 3 p.m. every day. The packer told me every SFSist knows the flawless technique because he taught it to them. Guess now I know it too. I'll have to try it for myself tomorrow. I'll find out more if I act the part. Charles' blessing. The following message was posted and captioned with "Seeing the sights." In the unofficial report, Agent Murphy had been exceeding job performance expectation, had earned the trust of his superiors. Post from the 10th 31st 2017. 17. Peak is coming. We have 8 weeks to prepare. Wilcox has demanded that we assist the store with preparation. He has closed the department temporarily. The SFSists have taken to praying in the freezer during the breaks. Another new person got hired today, and the packer asked me to show her the ropes. I don't know the way. The way is what the SFSists call the religion when talking amongst themselves, but enough to be of any assistance. I worry about what's coming next. Keep Charles in my heart, but in my head I grow weary of worry. Post an image with hidden message. Wait a minute. When it says hidden message. Yeah, I don't think there's like any hidden message here. Okay. So it's not like something we have to actually find out. Good to know. Good to know. Could have been, who knows. Several days later, another post was made by captioned with "flawless." In the post, unrelated text, Murphy claimed that he was beginning to enjoy his time working on the cover. A reminder of his mission, Agent Murphy was dismissive and avoided answering questions directly pertaining to the nature of the e-commerce department cult. Post from November 7, 2017. The flawless technique has multiple applications. Charles would be proud of my ingenuity, as would the packer wherever he is. The cleaner is preoccupied with peak preparation. She's spending a lot of time in the e-commerce department alone. I catch her praying to Charles sometimes. I swear I've seen someone or something with her, but she assures me it's nothing. That thing is what it's like. It was like breathing info hazard. Hurts just to glance at, hurts more to think about. It must have had 100 tentacles that ended in spikes and wet sucking suction cups that clung to the floors and walls around the cleaner. Wilcox is pleased, Charles provided. Post images with hidden meaning. So yeah, each one of these images have hidden meaning, which I don't know what that could mean, but there's a bridge here for some reason. The following post was received and captioned exploring the sites. Agent Murphy could not be reached for further comments at the time the post was deciphered. Post from November 13, 2017. Peak came upon us. Peak has crested like a wave. None of us are now as we were. Wilcox is pleased, Charles provided. Could you read? Nope. That's one thing I'm not going to do. I am reading down in the numerical order. And I don't take SCP requests. I'm sorry. It has always been the case. So that's sadly going to wait a very long time. Is that the one that people were saying they want to like read very soonish on the Discord? No, that's not the one. Never mind. I mean, the title does say that I'm reading SCP 1530 till 1539. So yeah. So stretch. I've been at this for 2 hours and 50 minutes. Wilcox is pleased. Charles provides. 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 None of us are now as we were. Investigative findings. Several anomalous atoms as well as an overwhelming amount of supercenter-related paraphernalia were discovered in Agent Murphy's residence on December 23. Some of the items have included a supercenter brand vest. The vest was strung up on a wall above several still lit candles and a photograph of an which one am I reading? I'm only halfway through. It's been 2 hours. God damn. Photograph of an unidentified individual. The vest exhibits a mild cognitohazardous effect which prevents the observer from creating negative thoughts about Supercenter 2351, Supercenter 2402, or any of the respective employees. This effect expires after 9 hours. A check made out. I've always been told never read them in order because it ruins it to a certain extent. Hasn't done that for me yet. I mean, I've been reading 1,500. I've been reading 1,533 SCPs in order. Hasn't really changed, ruined anything for me yet. All subjects have expressed. A check made out to Agent Murphy for 1,024 point 52. When held, the subject experiences extreme fatigue, lethargy, and malaise. All subjects have expressed a disdain to return to Supercenter 2351, regardless of prior experiences or lack thereof, in that location. 2 severed heads, both capable of limited speech. One head repeats the phrase, it had to be done, while the other says, clean, pack, at regular intervals. A writhing mass of fleshy tentacles that skull without any apparent pattern. These tentacles become hostile to anyone who attempts to disturb the previously mentioned vest. Lovely. And here we had another incident. Please be short. I've been reading for so long and I'm hungry. The following recording was pieced together from various surviving surveillance cameras in Supercenter 2351. 10 o'clock. All e-commerce employees exit the back room and move toward the center of Supercenter 2351. They are holding box-cutter scanners and handheld printers while they march. They appear to be chanting. 10:03, Agent Murphy is approached by Wilcox and the two retreat to the back room. The other e-commerce employees don lampshades and clasp their hands together. Several customers gather around the e-commerce employees and take photographs of them. 10:07, an organism resembling an arachnid with tentacle. Okay. Tentacle-like appendages emerge from the back room. I don't mind spiders. But if a spider came at me with tentacles instead of regular ass legs that they have, I might freak out. And with might, I mean I will. I will freak out. The entity exudes a mild cognitohazardous effect that prevents surveillance cameras from depicting it in full. The entity undulates toward the closest customer and consumes them. Yeah, see, now it's big enough to consume a whole human being. So it's, again, if a spider with tentacle legs in a giant sash was like comes towards me, not only will I freak out, I will scream. Absolutely guaranteed. The entity 10:08. The entity expels a customer who begins behaving erratically and showcasing hitherto unexpressed anomalous properties. The customer resumes shopping but at a drastically increased pace. Is this Charles? Displaying the capability to process through an entire aisle within. It's fucking Charles. The spider is Charles. This is your god. The god is a fucking spider tentacle beast. Oh no. Okay, that explains it. That also explains why they fucking make profit. Because the employees and the customers are working at 2 times speed. The customers are like, this is what I want, and the employees are like, that would be $5.50. That would be 50 bucks. Here's the money. Bye. Charles is making them fucking supersonic. No wonder they make profit. That okay. Once they have to fill the card, they proceed to self-check with So not only do they purchase everything they need, but then they self-check like done, paying out. Because as we learned from this part, he can box 100. He can check 100 boxes, like package everything in mere seconds. This fucking spy is making everybody into Quicksilver. After finalizing the sale, the customer falls limp to the floor and is dragged off by a sales associate. Ah, well, that's maybe that's. But also explains why they can't steal anything. Because I assume if they try to steal something, they just also go limp. 10:15, the entity continues to rampage through Supercenter 2351, consuming individuals that are unable to avoid its path. God, this spider just like having a whole feast. The e-commerce employees herd other customers towards the entity. 10:20, several customers attempt to flee Supercenter 2351 through alternative exits, although safe for the main entrance failed to function as intended. Well, this sucks. 10:30, Wilcox, Agent Murphy, and two other unknown individuals emerge from the back room and proceed to the front end registers. And here we have another footnote. These are presumed to be the cleaner and the packer mentioned in Murphy's social media post. So Murphy definitely got by the spider guy. 10:31, two unknown individuals kneel in a manner that would suggest prayer. Wilcox speaks to the individuals, then nods at Agent Murphy. 10:33, Agent Murphy examines the two individuals who are cut to the throat. Agent Murphy, what are you doing? The two individuals then orally produces several tentacle-like appendages. They hang on their mouths. Using the appendages, they are able to attack nearby customers in a manner similar to an arachnid-like entity. What the fuck, man? People are trying to escape, and Agent Murphy was like, well, I can make some zombie, I'm gonna make some spider sentries, some tentacle sentries with our employees. Ugh. 10:48. Then tentacles detach from the two unknown individuals and scuttle along the floor before disappearing beneath the cash registers. 10:49. Wilcox returns with a box cutter and furiously cuts into the throat of the two individuals. After several seconds, he is able to tear off both heads with the assistance of Agent Murphy. Wait a minute, are those the two heads that fucking... It had to be done and clean pack. Oh my god. It's all coming together. Murphy carries both heads in its hand as he follows Wilcox to the exit. Foundation agents equipped with incendiary weaponry were dispatched to the Supercenter 2351 to free the tentacled entities, and several anomalous customers engaged in hostilities with Foundation operators. Surveillance cameras begin shaking at this time. A large entity emerges from the floor beneath the e-commerce employees. Oh no. Is that Charles? But the camera footage becomes distorted, preventing observation of the entity. Several high-pitched screeches become audible from the surveillance cameras cut out. Okay, so that must be Charles. The following recording was discovered on a customer's cell phone at the entrance of the Supercenter 2351. It had to be done. That's right, son. There was no other way. The cleaner, the packer. They gave their lives for the cause, son. The sacrifice allowed the rest of the congregation to flourish in a new store. And you and I will lead them. And to make some preparation for Wilcox. We'll make a quick stop by your apartment. Before we do, I need to ask you something. Father? Do you trust me? Of course, Father. Charles provides. Charles does indeed provide. Now let's save some money and live better. Wow. Wow. What a thing to read. That was good. It was a bit confusing at first, and of course I was a bit worried because of how the length of it. Because at the end, it's been 2.5 hours, and I still have 5 more to read. But that was a good one. I will say it's also keto. The first keto that we read, and that was a really good keto to start off, to get thrown at us. I like that one. Charles provides. That's all I'm gonna say. Charles provides.